Hi, I'm Donita.
And I'm Bob.
Well, I was diagnosed with rectal cancer in 2016. Um, you hear the word cancer, and I think everybody does the same knee jerk and feels the same, oh my God, I'm going to die thing. Um, but I think right after that follows kind of a period of shock where you are not really not really wanting to hear it and not wanting to deal with it, and you can only do that so long. So when I've been integrative, I had an integrative nurse practitioner, and that is the person who actually referred me to the center because she knew, that I didn't want to do conventional treatment. Um, so after I got to the center, when I was assigned to another doctor initially, and after about 3 weeks, I knew that the fit was no good because she was not aggressive enough with what she needed to be doing. But I had been around Dr.V, and I had been around her patients, and I had heard them talking, and I knew that I needed to talk to her and see if she would take me on as one of her patients. So that's how I ended up with her, and I've been with her since early August of 2018, no, 16. I could tell from the way she talked that she knew what she was doing and she's very intelligent. And I didn't feel good about the doctor that I had been assigned to because she just wasn't, I knew she wasn't being aggressive enough. Um, it didn't take me long to have my ears open and be listening and know that there were other options that were available to me. It wasn't all just about chemotherapy or radiation. You have other options, and that's what I was looking for.
I believe we've always kind of been integrated minded all through since we've met. I mean, the way we eat and the things that we do and the treatments that we seek are always have been more integrative, even with my kids. Um, Both, actually. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Um, but the thing that I think that really convinced me or us is that, Dr. Von Schaefer works at the cellular level.
Yeah.
And that's where it all starts, And while you might not be able to see it on film or on MRIs and PET and CAT scans and things, that's where it all starts and ends. And so I really felt good about that. She's constantly talking, working, speaking with colleagues in and outside the country, learning new things, uh, educating herself, all of us patients, and so it gives you a good feeling that it's work in progress, and it's so important at the cellular level because in conventional medicine, the radiation and chemo, and then they send you out the door, and we hope it doesn't come back. Well, how did we get it, and how can we keep it from coming back, or how can we prevent something from
And is
happening?
it really coming back, or did it not really go all away?
Right.
Those are the things that we think about. But also, if there's anybody, I mean, she's in our prayers every night. If there's anybody that can crack the code, I know it's her. And, she has never, I mean, there have been a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes everything's okay, sometimes they're not. But when they're not, she never sugarcoats it. It's not like she's going to tell me what I want to hear. She's going to tell me what is, and then she's going to tell me what we're going to do about it. So, that is always reassuring. I always feel like, okay, I have another option.
There's lots of options.
But, even, and I said this from the beginning, there aren't any guarantees. And even if this doesn't go the way I want it to, I will never regret having chosen this path. I previous to Bob, I had a husband who had cancer and went the conventional route. And to me, it just seemed like the medical people were lying to him. They kept telling him, oh, yes, he said, will I be able to ride my bike? Oh, yes, after chemo and radiation. No, he wasn't. And he died a miserable, miserable death. So I just wanted an opportunity to do it this way and have some life while I'm doing it. And, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but most of the time I'm okay with that.
Something we discussed from the very beginning
Yeah.
was, the quality of life you're going to
Yeah.
have, because what's the sense in going through all the treatments and things if you're going to be a zombie, so to speak,
Yeah.
and not be able to function well? So I know for some people that might be an option, but for us, it was, we want to have our treatments and then have a decent quality of life, or the best that we can have
Together.
and that's possible with her.
Yeah. Well,
I was just going to say, while you're
thinking.
Even if the one thing that she tells all of us, and she has to remind us, even if we have the same patients with the same cancer in the same location, every patient is treated individually and different. She says you cannot compare two. It doesn't matter how close in similarity they have their issues. Everybody's different, and it's so true. So everybody has a customized elixir treatment, and it's custom made to them and what they need.
And we do home treatments too. So
Right. The treatments don't end at the office.
No.
They become home, and there's a lot of
Other things to
other
do.
treatments that we can supplement with, that she advises us to do and recommends. And it's kind of like you said, cracking the code to a safe, basically. But it's not guesswork. It's definitely
It's done through research. I mean,
it's-
she's got one heck of a mind. Well, I do remember when I first received the diagnosis, I did have more of a reaction. I remember crying on the way home. But I think it's kind of a hard question to answer, because there are some days that, there's some days I'm okay with it. I don't think about it. And other days I'm just kind of consumed by it. So in terms of, is there a difference? I just want to get through it. I just want to get through it, the best way I can. Am I less scared of it now? No, not really. Because it's really difficult when you have something you can't see and you're trying to know, am I okay? And you feel something somewhere else in your body. Oh, is that just, a muscle cramp, or is there cancer there too? I don't know that it ever ends, unless you get the all clear sign, maybe. Maybe then it changes.
Yeah, it's a scary word, everybody says the C word, but I think what we've come to realize is that now it's just a way of life for us, even though it's still a C word, but it's
We're trying to get it under
where
control.
we are, where we have to be, and why we're here.
Yeah.
And that's is kind of like we're almost treating it like a full-time job.
Yeah.
5 days a week, and we get up in the morning and we pack our lunch and we go into the office and then we get our treatments and we come home, and it's just why we're here.
It's a job.
And we know there's a plan, and so we follow through the best we can.
I just want to say that I am so grateful. I am so grateful for her, because she's I know that she's a doctor and that she's brilliant, but she's also very human. She's very human, before all this stuff. She would hug her patients, and she cares. She cares about her patients.
She's
she
like a mother to
truly
all of us.
does. She truly does, you know, and that's unusual.